Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first-half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lock. Dancing to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. That's Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. DeForest Buckner racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball. You
got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Second and 16. Now a handoff here to his running back. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. After the turnover, here's Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Right back to him on first down. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. And it's safe to say he has been getting his money's worth in this one.
I would agree with that totally. Being able to go back and launch it and air it out. And let's face it, it's not just him stepping back and flinging it, though. You've got to have someone who can go get it. And that's important for any offense. Someone who can stretch the field, or as they like to say, take the top off of a zone defense, open things up, because then you can come back and throw underneath and gain some pretty good chunks of yardage as well.
He's ripped the top off of whatever defense they've been playing. Steps away. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Hodges. And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there for Seattle.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Locke. Flush to his right.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Locke. And he rifles one incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Play action. Now it's Locke. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will up the score now. It's 23-zip.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out on the field.
And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, good footwork on the spin. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. On the move to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The fullback comes through with a big play there. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first-half lead. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out.
In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw hauled in by Washington.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And that is incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle, complete. That's Washington. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They look to throw. It's Locke. Steps away to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessful.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke going for Metcalf on the deep ball. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got an open man. It's Washington. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time.
Picked off at the 24. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six.
Open net is Waddle, complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Tua now on first down. His throw incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. To throw it is Locke. Rolling to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with the road win. The Raiders don't want to fall into a deep hole this early, so a good win there ups their record to 3-4. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. The Rams are right up there near the top of the power rankings as they finish the first half with a 6-2 record. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Najee Harris. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
Used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Or maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That'll be caught by the big tight end Andrews. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun, because let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Lock. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. 3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
From the gun, it's Locke. Steps away. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. Again, it's Locke. On the move to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Drew Lock taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Tua going to throw. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
2nd and 5.
Now Tua.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Tua now on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Hands it off out of the gun.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Tua. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle.
Now the try here for the point after.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds ends up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Rolling to his left. He finds his man complete. It's Hodges. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Block off a play action. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Next play is under review.
So that challenge, a successful one.
2nd down and goal. Block. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
From midfield, here's Tua. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Well, this game was certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense,
They don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. On 2nd and goal. Tua. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Lockett the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off into 4th. Out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Seattle.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A lot going to throw it here. And give them another
6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.